Hello everyone, it's Nick, and yeah, I'm just gonna get this out of the way now. If you could please like the video, it'd really help out with the YouTube algorithm. If you could please subscribe if you're new and hit the notification bell, that'd be much appreciated. This is a sports channel, not just baseball. We cover basketball, baseball, and football here. If you love any of those three sports, this is a place for you. I want to get that out of the way now because, as you can see in the thumbnail and the title, this is not gonna be a happy video whatsoever, and I don't expect to make many happy videos about the Yankees for as many as I'm going to make this year. And as much as I want to make happy videos about them, this team's just not giving me any reason to. And yeah, I did make a happy video last time after Garrett Cole did what he did against the Astros, but that was a once every blue moon thing for this year. So now I'm going to follow it up with a video where I'm not so happy. What a year it's been. The Yankees have been by far the most disappointing and frustrating team to watch in my 19 years as a fan. Something I've already said in previous videos, and here we go again. And Aaron Judge, when he actually hasn't been hurt for once this year and has been a bright spot for this team that has had so many lows, he's tested positive for COVID-19. Him and Gio Urshela. Even though the Yankees were one of the first teams to clear the vaccine threshold, and this is the second time this season that this team has had an outbreak. This team is already frustrating enough. This season has been frustrating enough. Please, COVID, just go yourself, okay? Please, get lost. No one likes you. And for those who haven't been vaccinated yet, please, if you're eligible for vaccination, please get vaccinated. It's not gonna kill you. I got my first shot a couple weeks ago. I'm still alive, and I'm gonna get my second one next week. But even if you are fully vaccinated, please stay safe. But now on with the Yankees. I have my problem with Aaron Boone. Those who watch my videos consistently or follow me on social media, the links to my social media are in the description. Please be sure to follow me, I'll follow you back. You guys know this. I have my problem with Aaron Boone. I've had my problem with Aaron Boone. But for once, I'm gonna give him some benefit of the doubt. When Aaron Judge and Gio Urshela are on COVID IL, and Luke Voit with yet another injury, and Luke Voit hasn't even been good this year when he has been healthy. Rougned Odor, he just sucks, and Brett Gardner is washed up. Then you have guys who aren't even supposed to be there in the lineup because of all the guys that are out right now, and the guys who are supposed to be there haven't been doing well. Unfortunately, as much as I don't like Aaron Boone, I gotta give him some benefit of the doubt here. There's only so much he can do, and with the lineup that he had to put out there today, or tonight I should say, it doesn't matter who's managing this team. You shouldn't expect to win a lot of games like that. And Jordan Montgomery, he actually didn't pitch a bad game. The second inning was not a very good inning, but it started with a ball that Brett Gardner misplayed. Other than the second inning, he did just fine. And I got a feel for him because he knows he can't make any mistakes whatsoever when the offense can't do anything for him. And this goes for pretty much the entire pitching staff right now. And, the fact that the Yankees still haven't beaten the Red Sox yet this year, this is sad. But alright, now that we got that out of the way, what the Yankees could possibly do at the trade deadline with that coming up, let's start with Joey Gallo. He does not look ideal on paper because of his high K rate and the fact that he's an all or nothing guy. He's just what they already have, except from the left side. At least he hits from the left side. But I saw something on Instagram that since the league decided to crack down on sticky substances, or since June 1st, I think that's when they started to crack down on that, and then they started really enforcing things around mid-June, right? He's actually hitting 280 with a 459 on base percentage, 740 slugging percentage, 213 WRC plus, 460 ISO, and a 260 BABIP. Nice. How about with runners in scoring position? Because the Yankees especially suck in those situations, and I see that Gallo's hitting just 206 this year with runners in scoring position. Not sure about since June 1st though. How much is he striking out since then? Because this team has enough guys that strike out a lot. But you know what though? At least he's still better than Brett Gardner and Clint Frazier. Those guys just cannot be any worse. And he sure as hell is more worth having than Aaron Hicks, who may not even come back this year. And when he did play this year, he was only any good at all from the right side of the plate. Only had a couple good games from the left side of the plate. That's not good enough when you're supposed to be the only real hope from the left side of the plate. DJ LeMahieu is the one guy on this team who does not strike out a whole lot. but his production this year has gone down significantly. We can all see it. The deadening of the ball is definitely taking a toll on him. His K rate is the highest it's been since 2015, but it's still not high at all. He's just not able to drive the ball like he did the last 2 years. He's been such a disappointment. You know, I was so happy to re-sign him, but yeah, he's been such a letdown this year. Now, Foolish Bailey made a video about the trades that could realistically happen. He mentioned Trevor Story to the Yankees. He most certainly would improve this awful defense that the Yankees have. Then Gio Urshela doesn't have to play out of position, and Gleyber can just not play shortstop. However, he's another right-handed high strikeout guy. I know he's been doing better as of late after a slow start, but even in his best years, he's always struck out over 20% of the time. This is not what the Yankees need when they have enough of those guys. A couple of them is fine, but too many is not good. Before this year, Trevor Story has hit for pretty good averages. Not 300, but not too far off from that. At least he'd be somewhat of a threat to steal, which the Yankees haven't had in years. If only Tyler Wade could hit a beach ball, he'd be that threat to steal. And according to Fangraphs scale, his walk rate has been consistently average. So I'm not high and mighty on that trade. I'm not saying Trevor Story's not a good player, but he's not exactly what the Yankees need. I mean, okay, I guess he will make the team better, but he's not going to put them over the top by any means. Foolish Bailey also suggested Kyle Gibson for Clint Frazier. Kyle Gibson's been a beast this year, and he has done well against AL East teams, only giving up 2 earned runs in 5 starts and pitched 32 1/3 innings against AL East teams. That's a .06 ERA. As for Clint Frazier, yeah, you know I was so excited to have him play every day, but now his trade value is rock bottom. He's pretty much worth a box of donuts this year. He has sucked both at the plate and in the outfield this year. Maybe a fresh start somewhere else could be what he needs. And man, if this trade were to really go through, and if Kyle Gibson ends up falling off a cliff once he arrives in the Bronx, and Clint Frazier ends up becoming an all-star, what he was supposed to be when he was a prospect somewhere else, yeah, I sure won't be happy, but I probably won't be shocked either. He suggested Ronald Acuna to the Yankees. Love me some Ronald Acuna, but another high strikeout guy. At least he's showing off some wheels and he's proven to be an above average outfielder. But obviously he can't help this year when he tore his ACL. Maybe he could long term, but another high strikeout right-handed guy just won't do. He did have his lowest K rate of his young career this year, but still almost 24%. Anthony Rizzo's been brought to my attention, and he's a left-handed hitter, and we know the Cubs are looking to rebuild. They just traded Jock Peterson. Well, Rizzo's a left-handed bat and a pull hitter. He's only hitting .247 this year, but he's not a super high strikeout guy. He's hitting too many ground balls though, and more double plays is not what this team needs. The best teams hit into the most double plays. I still can't believe Aaron Boone really had the audacity to say that. I'm pretty sure you could find a kid who just started playing Little League that would tell you that's a fucking stupid assessment. If Rizzo can hit the ball in the air more, knowing he's a left-handed pull hitter, that short porch in right field really should benefit him. Defensively, he's been a Gold Glover in the past. This year, he's been pretty average defensively. Luke Voigt actually has been +1 in defensive runs saved this year, which sure isn't amazing, but better than I ever could have imagined because his whole career, he's been a statue at first base. There are some left-handed hitters that don't strike out much, right? A home run hitter that doesn't strike out a whole lot, that hits from the left side. Matt Olson is the perfect guy for that. Only problem, there's no way the A's are selling at the deadline. The Yankees have the 11th highest K rate in all of Major League Baseball right now. The Rays actually have the 2nd, but they are in the playoff picture. They're only barely above the Yankees in WRC+, but are producing a lot more runs than the Yankees are, and they're a better pitching team. They don't have a starter who's as great as Garrett Cole. Tyler Glasnow was at least close until his injury, but they just have better pitching depth, and their bullpen has been better even with Nick Anderson missing the entire season as of today. And their pitchers obviously don't feel the pressure to make no mistakes whatsoever because their offense can actually give them run support. But a contact hitter from the left side that doesn't strike out a lot. Adam Frazier. He certainly won't solve their problems on defense, but a guy who doesn't strike out much at all. left-handed hitter. Yeah, he only has 4 home runs this year, but he puts the ball in play. He's hitting .330 with a .397 on-base percentage. There's enough home run hitters on this team, and there's very much still a place for contact hitters in today's game. That's why he was an all-star. He and Brian Reynolds most certainly can't be why the Pirates are a last-place team or score the fewest runs in baseball. I would definitely look to get him on this team. Now, I'm not going to say that the Yankees definitely will get him. I'm not a GM, and I most certainly will never be one, but he's just a thought that I have, and I'm not expecting the Yankees to actually get him, but he's someone that I would definitely like the Yankees to look at. Not sure if they have the trade pieces for him, though. Really, no matter what the Yankees do, as much as I want to be optimistic, as much as I love this team, they just don't give me a reason to be optimistic this year. Unless I want to just start living fantasies, I'm sorry, I just have a very hard time feeling good about this team at all. We're already halfway through the season. It's not early anymore. My rant videos from April, yeah, back then you could say it's still early, and I was saying that in those videos too, but we're halfway through July now. Actually, a little more than halfway. And no matter what the Yankees do at the trade deadline, I just don't see any of those trades making them any more than a second wildcard team. But even a second wildcard team, I'm sorry to say it, even that's a stretch. And for that, it makes me think this team may be better off just blowing it all up. And I hate to do that. I really don't want to, but it may be the best option right now. And I sure don't want to trade Aaron Judge. I'd really hate to do that. That's his jersey hanging back there. You can trade Gleyber Torres though. I used to love him. I don't really care anymore. And Gary Sanchez, yeah, he got hot in June. He's not so hot right now in July. He does have a WRC plus of 114 this year. Actually, that was before this game. I checked his stats last night in my time zone in Japan. So I don't know what his WRC plus is now, but going into this game, it was 114. That is above league average, so I wouldn't say just dump him away for nothing. He does still have some trade value, but hitting .217 and striking out 27% of the time this year sure isn't good enough from him. And I said it even back in 2019 that 2016 and 17 was his peak. And really wish we could just magically bring back that Gary Sanchez, but not gonna happen. At least his walk rate is a career high this year, but so what? We want him hitting. And I understand more home runs, more strikeouts, worse average is the direction the game is heading in. But the two teams with the lowest K rate this year are the Astros and the Blue Jays. And the Astros have scored the most runs this year, and the Blue Jays are third in most runs scored this year. Problem with the Blue Jays is their pitching. But the team with the third lowest K rate is the St. Louis Cardinals, and their offense is weak. Well, they hit a lot of weak fly balls, not for much power at all. So less strikeouts, be able to use the whole field, and drive the ball is the key to success. You guys know I'm a huge basketball fan, and a similarity with basketball and baseball. Just like in basketball, being able to score from all over is how you become the most effective scorer. Just like Kobe Bryant or Kevin Durant. Michael Jordan wasn't the best three-point shooter, but it's not like he was someone that you can Ben Simmons sag off of. In baseball, being able to use the whole field is how you become the most effective hitter, no matter what era it is. And in terms of walking, the Yankees are actually doing great at that. They're tied with the Dodgers for first place in walks, but the Dodgers also don't strike out as much and score more runs. I did see that the Padres just won 24-8. Shout out Kobe. I know those guys have fun when they play ball. And what they put up just now, that's 7 more runs than the Yankees have scored in their past 6 games combined. How sad. No disrespect to the Padres. They are a good team, and if you've been here long enough, you know, love me some Fernando Tatis Jr. But even with an offensive outburst like that, to score 7 more runs than the Yankees have scored in their last 6 games combined, that's pathetic, man. Alright, I'd love to know what you guys think. If you knew me before I was on YouTube, you know me being pessimistic about the Yankees is not a normal thing at all. And I used to be one to laugh when looking at the comment section of the Yes Network Facebook page when someone would freak out over just one loss. But this year, okay, yeah, some people still can be ridiculous. That is true, like suggesting that guys in the minor leagues would be the solution. Yeah, they're in the minor leagues for a reason. Or also, how much people glorify George Steinbrenner when in actuality his permanent ban from baseball was actually the best thing for the Yankees in the 90s. But I think all in all Yankee fans can resonate with each other that this year's team is not good. And as someone who used to be a big defender of Brian Cashman, sorry, this team is poorly constructed and I can't really side with him anymore. He put this crap together. He has to be responsible for it. And I most certainly won't side with him over hiring Aaron Boone when you had a great manager in Joe Girardi. Although I know Joe Girardi's not looking like he's aging well in Philly right now. Well, even then, I'd still take him over Aaron Boone 100 times out of 100. Was Joe Girardi perfect when he was with the Yankees? No, of course not, but no one is. And you had no reason to move on from him. But alright. Yeah, this was actually quite a long video, but that's the end. If you made it this far, thank you so much for being able to listen to me vent. Once again, as much as I don't like doing this, at least I'm not hiding, right? So yeah, if you can please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you next time. Peace.